like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angel. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I drive on the streets 'cause she's my companion. I walk through the hills 'cause she knows who I am. She sees my good deeds and she kisses me when day. I never worry, now that is a lie. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hard to believe that there's nobody out there. It's hard to believe that I'm all alone. At least I have her love. The city, she loves me. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, 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 yeah, yeah. Love me, I say, yeah, yeah. One time. It's where I drew some blood. I could not get enough. Forgot about my love. I gave my life away. Where I stay.
What's up, everybody? Make sure you hit the thumbs up because YouTube really cares, even if your boy does not.
What I got, you got to give it to your mama. What I got, you got to give it to your papa. What I got, you got to give it to your doctor. You do a little dancing and you drink a little water. What I got, you gotta get it, put it in you. What I got, you gotta get it, put it in you. What I got, you gotta get it, put it in you. Feeling with the feeling, don't stop, continue. I realize I don't wanna be a miser. Confined with sly, I be the wiser. A young blood is the laughing up riser. How come everybody wanna keep it like a Kaiser? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Them Georgia Guidestones was evil.
Give it away now. What can't tell a bummer, kiss it or a bumper. Beating little people in the sea of distress. Give you more to read.
state of Georgia might have the weirdest politicians in the entire country, and that's saying something.
I'll give it away now. I'll give it away now. Give it away now. I'll give it away now. I'll give it away now. I'll give it away now. Give it away now. I'll 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 give it away now. Give it away now. Give it away now. I'll give it away now.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world's confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird knows your tune. Then a little voice inside you whispers, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a place for somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look, you're outside out.
People are like, oh, dude, you fucking roasted or you roasted.
What is up, everybody? It is your boy, PigskinPeete. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Welcome to the Midday Show. If you're new here, sorry, I'm eating. Why did I decide to do the Midday Show right when I normally eat lunch? My lunchtime is 11 a.m. And I decided to start the show then. I'm always still eating while the intro is going on. Anyway, if you're new here, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe button. I do these college football videos and live streams year round. Do the Midday Show 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, as you can see right here, most of you can read, unless you're that Alabama fan. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Monday night at 10 p.m., we do the Lunch Money Show over on Uncle Lou's channel. That's a show about nothing. Well, it's the show about nothing most of the time. During the football season, it actually is kind of about something. It's about how to lose money. Yeah, but and then I do the live call-in shows every Wednesday and Friday night at 10 p.m. So, well, today's Wednesday, so I'll be doing one tonight at 10 p.m. And lots to talk about in the world of college football. It's just like, I changed the title of the video right before I started because I just read that the Georgia Guidestones got blew up. And what's funny about that is I saw Mike Vick in here earlier. He does the Lewanon thing, or he used to do the Lewanon thing with Lou. They talk about conspiracies and whatnot. And 1 week I told him to do the Georgia Guidestones. And they did it a couple of months ago. And then it got blew up. Somebody blew this motherfucker. I don't know what they used. You know what? When I read the news, I'll do the news segment today. And I'm sure it's probably going to be in the news headlines. But, and I'll explain to you, some of you, if you don't know what the Georgia Guidestones are, I'll explain a little bit about that. I'm not going to spend the entire show on the Georgia Guidestones, but I just thought it was funny that somebody blew it up. There's some fucking nut out there is blaming all the world's problems on the Georgia Guidestones. Well, less than 50% of the population of the United States, and way less than that, even know what the Georgia Guidestones are. But yeah, but those rocks are responsible for all of the world's problem. Makes a lot of sense. So we'll read the news. I'll open up the StreamYard, and that's what we'll do today. How does that sound? Anybody have any fake news to spread about the college football? Because I swear to God, man, I know what, I might just have to get off Twitter altogether. I don't think it's good for your boys' mental health. Using Twitter as a news source is like using a pine cone to wipe your ass. It sounds good. It might get the job done, but it always ends up hurting you in the end. Every time. Let's see who's in the chat. Frothy Tavern is here. Pete, please discuss one-eye occult symbolism by celebrities on magazine covers. Well, if I knew what you were talking about, I would discuss it, but I have no clue what you're saying. So I guess I won't be discussing it. Uncle Lou is here. He says, Google Candace Taylor, Georgia Guidestones. She ran for Congress. Her slogan was God, Guns, and Babies. And she campaigned to have Guidestones torn down because they're satanic. Yeah. Well, she's clearly a nut. Satanic. I've always found the Georgia Guidestones to be interesting just because why would somebody go through the trouble? First of all, the amount of money that costs. I mean, it's solid granite. I don't know the dimensions of that thing. Listen, the thing costs millions of dollars to erect the way they did and then engrave what it did on it. Had to have cost millions of dollars. So why would somebody go through all the trouble of that in the middle of nowhere in Georgia? That's what's fascinating about the Georgia Guidestones, not necessarily what's on them. But who's responsible for their existence? Does anybody know that? We'll find out when we read the news. I could care less what it says on there. It's just crazy that they exist. But Slim Shady is here. The Nature Boy. He says, come to South Georgia. We're a special kind of crazy down here. Is that where Jack Fromm's from? South Georgia? Fun fact, my brother lives in Warner Robins. That's where Jake Fromm is from. Also home to one of the highest recruits that Clemson's got a commitment from this offseason. Vandy Dandy. Vandy Dandy wants to know, why is nobody at work? Well, I'm working right now. Slim's working right now. Why aren't you at work? You're here. That's like going to the pool and saying, hey, why is everybody here instead of working? But yet you're at the pool too. Sooner West, Rick Sanchez. Sea-Dog, what's up, Sea-Dog? John Serrain. Anybody know exactly what the F a loose partnership with the Pac-12 might be? Good God. Well, I don't know. It's probably about the same thing as the alliance between the Big Ten and the Pac-12 and the ACC. I mean, these jabronis actually got together and came up with the alliance. It didn't even tell you what the alliance was. And everyone was going, oh my God, there's an alliance. Nobody's talked about it since. And that's what this is. A loose, what is this? What is it? Loose partnership. Loose partnership. Yeah. That sounds like an open relationship. Yeah. Well, we can, we can hook up every once in a while, but we can also hook up with other people too. That's what a loose alliance is. Pineapple. Jackson Frome the third. All right, guys. You guys are something else. If you care to support the show and what I do here, of course, I do not monetize any of the live shows because I play ridiculous music at the beginning. I do have a PayPal app in the link in the description, Super Chat, and Cash App. Everything is appreciated. You guys are getting me sucked in here. All right, let's take a look at the news. Breaking news from the Pigskin Pete YouTube channel. Oh. Yeah, we're going to skip right over that. That's for sure. What is this? Now, look, talk about conspiracies. Yesterday's morning show, I was on here talking about my baseball cards that I found at my mom's house when I was cleaning it out. And here you go. An advertisement, I'm assuming by Yahoo. Is Yahoo owned by Google? I think it's owned by Google now. They're listening to me. Most valuable baseball cards ranked in order. They're listening to me. A woman was attacked by a shark in the Florida Keys. There's an update on her condition. Well, she's alive. That's all that matters. Was this a slow news day? A crowd flees Philadelphia 4th of July celebrations amid shooting. Oh, that's a shooting. Yeah. The Mexican Navy sets net hooks in bid to help vaquita porpoise. What? All right, I'm clicking on that. First of all, who knew that Mexico had a Navy? The Mexican Navy said Tuesday it's begun a controversial plan to drop concrete blocks into the bottom of the Gulf of California to snag illegal nets that drown critically endangered vaquita marina porpoises. Why is that controversial? Well, let's find out. As few as 8 of the tiny elusive porpoises remain in the Gulf. 8? Damn, talk about endangered. 8 of them. Also known as the Sea of Cortez, it's the only place they live. They cannot be captured and bred in captivity. Nor should they be, by the way. Can we stop capturing marine animals and putting them in fish tanks so we can all look at them? Can we stop doing that, please? I know you're going to say, oh, you sound like a tree-hugging liberal, Pete. It's just, I mean... What make them do flips for fish? Hey, if you do a flip, we'll feed you. Yeah, man, people are such fucking assholes. Vaquita has become trapped down in the gill nets, fishermen said, illegally for Totatoba. I know I just butchered that. A fish whose swim bladder is a delicacy in China and sells for thousands of dollars per pound. Yeah, I mean, there's not enough food to eat in China, so of course the Chinese have to eat a bladder of a goddamn porpoise. The Mexican government has largely abandoned efforts to keep small fish boats out of a 110 square mile zero tolerance area near San Felipe, Baja California, where the few remaining vaquita have been seen. Environmentalists said Tuesday the plan to sink 193 concrete blocks was approved with no public comment. I don't know why is that. I mean, I don't really think that disturbs the. I mean, you can. People do that on purpose. I mean, you create a coral reef by just, like, for instance, you sink shit, like especially metal, in the middle of the ocean or close to the coast. That's how coral reefs are formed. They're artificial ones, but they become real ones. You know, when they blew up the old Cooper River Bridge, which is now the Ravenel Bridge, the prominent bridge here in Charleston, they just blew that fucker up and it just went down into the Cooper River, and it still sits there. You know, becomes a habitat for fish and wildlife. So I don't know why that's really controversial. Maybe because it's concrete and not metal. I really don't know the ins and outs of all that. But environmentalists said Tuesday the plan to sink 193 concrete blocks was approved with no public comment and expressed concerns that the metal hooks attached to the blocks may accumulate remnants of nets that could continue to entangle and drown sea life. Huh? Yeah, fuck them porpoises, you know. I mean, that's what they're saying. What kind of environmentalist group says that? Yes, absolutely, Lou. I believe that. Listen, we're every animal on Earth, including humans, eats other animals, unless you're just an herbivore and your body's not set up to eat meat. Nothing wrong with killing animals and eating them. But let's torture them for their entire life and put them in a fucking aquarium. Especially, now I'm not talking about like a goddamn goldfish, okay? A goldfish doesn't know what's going on. It's not really, their brain is the size of a grain of sand. But these killer whales, orcas, dolphins, these are intelligent animals. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, we lock up humans with no regard for their life either. So fuck them animals, I guess. This is a total surprise because the environmental impacts statement was approved in record time in 6 weeks. It wasn't open to the public comment, said Alex Oliveira, the Mexico representative for Sarah, blah, blah, blah. All right, so they're trying to save these poor pie, sus. Or as we call them down here in the South, and them damn dolphins. Ain't no damn porpoise. That looks like a dolphin to me. Trying to confuse me with calling it a porpoise, goddamn dolphin. I know a dolphin when I see one. Man caught putting semen in woman's drink causes uproar on Chinese social media. Well, that's a prank as old as time, isn't it? Yeah. Little semen in the drink. Will I do a dabbing TikTok video when Clemson beats Georgia Tech? Dabbing? What do you mean? I don't know what that. Look, man, I'm 41 years old. I don't know what you're talking about. And so, no, the answer is no. I thought dabbing was like when people smoked like weed concentrate off of fucking tinfoil or something. I don't know. Talking about. Missing submarine with 80 sailors found. Wow. Mysterious 1944 submarine disappears, finally solved. Oh, that's an ad. It's not even a... Can you name all these pro wrestlers? I can't... Look, unless it's Hulk Hogan or The Undertaker or Ric Flair. Junkyard Dog. I mean, maybe I know more than I thought I did. But the answer is no. Whatever the most famous wrestlers in the history of the 1980s were, I could probably name most of them. After that, I mean, I know who The Rock is and Steve Austin. Yeah. Nothing on here about the Georgia Guidestones. So I'm going to have to take matters into my own hands, I think. And Georgia Guidestones. It's Georgia football comes up. I guess it's not that big of news. All right, let's see what the local news station has to say there. And where is this at? Where in Georgia is this? Elberton, Georgia. Is that South Georgia? Yeah, Talk Pete does not do dabbing. That's right. I would consider it. I really don't have any limits on TikTok. I mean, if you've seen my Talk channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The possibilities are endless, and there's nothing I won't do. First of all, you can't be on Talk if you have any sort of regard for your own pride. You have to just go ahead and throw pride out the window. All right, parts of a mysterious Georgia monument was destroyed overnight, leading in an active police investigation in Elberton. I wonder what they used. You think they used, like, dynamite? That's it? The 19-foot-tall granite monument, which was sometimes referred to as an American Stonehenge. No, stop it. Was erected in 1980. 1980 was a great year. First of all, I was born in 1980, which makes it a great year automatically. And, of course, America's Stonehenge was also erected then. The people who found the statue have never been publicly identified. The messages inscribed on the stones seem to advocate for population control, Bill Gates type stuff. And I believe Uncle Lou type stuff. I believe I heard Uncle Lou say he wants less people on the planet. Well, you're going to get your wish, Lou, because the birthing rate is negative for the first time in the history of us recording it. So, population going down, not up. It's unclear if the monument was targeted for an attack or if it was somehow damaged by natural causes. What? Yeah, natural cause. It just blew up on its own. Wait, show us the pictures. Do you see that right there on the right? It's a big pile of rubble. Yeah, what naturally does that? Out in the middle of nowhere in Georgia. Natural causes. Either somebody blew it up or they took a fucking tractor out there and knocked it over and crushed it up. I mean, that's the only explanation. Roman candles. Yeah. So somebody attempted to destroy the Georgia Guidestones, probably because, like Lou said, they're evil. I've been hearing a lot of that lately. You know, it's the Georgia Guidestones' fault that COVID happened, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So, I do want to show you guys something though. I'll read the news first. Oh, look, the police are doing their job. They caught a huge snake coming across the street, an exotic snake in a Lexington neighborhood. I got, clickbait. I'm clicking it. I don't give a shit. You had me at exotic snake. The Lexington police officer was taking a report at Susan White's house Tuesday afternoon. Why you got to bring Susan into this? What'd she do? She don't want that pub. A neighbor called to report that a python was crossing the street next door. I was like, Ruth, you've lost your mind, White said. But Ruth wasn't. This sounds like a fucking novel. The snake was initially identified as a ball python, Animal Care and Control Sergeant Erin Evans said. She later learned that it was a red-tailed boa. Police apprehended the snake on Williamsburg Court, held it in a plastic tub until Animal Care and Control arrived. They transferred it to a carrier so it could be transported. Okay. 5 to 6 feet long. Man, hey, shit. That ain't nothing. Why is that even the news story? 5-foot snake. What in the hell? I'm getting fed up with this Yahoo site. I'm going to have to try to find something else for the future. A 16-year-old jumps into river to save 3 girls. Cop as car sinks. Cop as car sinks. You're fired. Whoever is writing these articles and these headlines is fired. Mississippi police say. All right, let's click on that. Why not? This young man's a hero. Look at him. A 16-year-old jumped into a river in Mississippi to save 3 teenage girls and a police officer from drowning after a car drove off a boat launch. Wow. Corey and Evans rushed into the water after a vehicle with 3 girls inside drove into the Pascagoula River in Moss Point and started sinking about 20 feet from the shore. He also helped save a Moss Point police officer who swam out to help, but started to struggle in the water. You know what? I'm going to not say what I was about to say. Because there won't be any point to it. He has also helped save Moss Point police officer. Okay, I just said that. The car drove into the water about 2:30 a.m. on July 3rd. Moss Point Police Chief Brandon Ashley wrote an email to McClatchy News. The 3 girls and the police officer were recovering well. Man, you know how sad that is that this 16-year-old kid had to be the hero and the cop was out there flailing around? That's just sad. That cop's never going to live that down, is he? Oh, man. I believe that if he did not decide to risk his own safety, it may have turned into an unimaginable tragedy, he wrote. We are all grateful for Mr. Evans' selflessness, and bravery as he displayed in helping rescue the people that stranded in the river. Yeah. Nice job, young man. It's a good thing you were there because clearly that police officer couldn't handle the situation. You had to go save the girls and him. Good job, buddy. Am I a bad person if I would have just swam past the police officer and went and helped the girls? Does that make me a bad person? I guess I'm a bad person then.
Do you know what independence looks like, bro? You're staring at it.
Oh, look at this. Former NASA official warns SpaceX bro culture could cause Elon Musk to lose his lead. The bro culture has infiltrated NASA and SpaceX. Bro, you see that rocket, bro? Bro. We're going to send it to Mars, bro. Mars, bro? Let's see what that says. I could do a bro video on demand, son. That gives me an idea. Keep your eye out for another bro video on TikTok. NASA edition. Former NASA official Lori Garver said SpaceX could lose workforce amid reports about its work culture. Garver has been outspoken in her support of Elon Musk and SpaceX in the past. Last month, SpaceX workers wrote a letter criticizing Musk's behavior on Twitter. Oh, Elon Musk, our employer, hurt our feelings on Twitter. I guess since Donald Trump's not on Twitter anymore, they can't, they got to find somebody to cry about that hurts their feelings on Twitter. Hey, I got an idea. If you don't like working for Elon Musk, don't work for Elon Musk. There's been a lot of places that I worked that I didn't like working at, and guess what? I stopped working there. It was pretty simple, actually. I went and found another job and stopped working there. This generation is the biggest bunch of pussies I've ever fucking... I mean, there's no way... This country's doomed. Former NASA Deputy Administrator Lori Garver warned SpaceX could struggle to recruit and maintain its workforce if it doesn't fix the bro culture. Bro! Did you see Elon Musk on Twitter, bro? Nah, bro. What did he say, bro? He said something to hurt my feelings, bro. Wait, bro. Isn't Elon Musk your employer, bro? Yeah, bro. He's my boss. Why don't you just quit, bro? Bro. All right, I've had enough of the news, honestly. I do want to show you guys something, though. Who set off fireworks this week? I didn't set off fireworks. I never do. And this is why. Well, I'll just show you why. That's the easiest thing to do here, I think. Shout out to Morgan Thomas, Tater Man there. Follow him on Twitter. This video is all over Twitter, by the way. I'm sure some of you probably have seen it by now, but hold on. Now, let me set this up. So it appears as if this family, you have adults, you have children. Look in the middle here. There's a baby. That's a baby. That's a little baby right there in like a walker. You got this dude over here, looks like he's fucked up. He's like sleeping in his lawn chair. These people are chillaxing. And of course, you got some fucking idiot in this family, because every family has an idiot like this. That doesn't know what they're doing with the fireworks. They go to the fireworks stand and they go, "Give me the biggest, baddest fucking fireworks you got back there, buddy." And they're like, okay. But they have no idea what they're getting themselves into, how to shoot them, what's going to happen when they light it. And then the worst thing is they store all of the other fireworks within close proximity of the big firework that they're setting off. So if something goes wrong, then that firework lights off the whole lot of fireworks. So watch this. The video speaks for itself.
Oh, it's gonna be right. You cannot stick it in the ground. It's not gonna.
Now, you see that little kid right there in the driveway? That fucking thing blew up. Look, watch. I'll rewind it. And the first thing the woman does, thank God, is it goes and grabs the baby. when shit goes haywire. But instead of running away with the baby, she stands there with the baby, which I don't understand that. Get the baby to safety, lady. But watch this kid right here on the right. Watch this. All right, ready? Keep your eye on the kid on the driveway on the right.
You cannot
It's not funny, but it is kind of
You gotta put it in the shoe.
Now watch this. It's like a fucking war. It was like, I mean, it was like they were in Iraq.
Oh, it's gonna be right. You cannot stick it in the ground. It's not gonna work. Who did that? You gotta put it in the shoe.
I'm not going to even lie. I've seen this shit happen. Like, I've seen this happen before my very eyes before. I've been the unfortunate victim of a couple of fireworks accidents that weren't my fault because I'm around moronic people who have no, self regard for anybody else's safety, or no regard for anybody else's safety. And I'm related to one of them. So that's that. I mean, there's so many videos of fireworks accidents on YouTube and on Twitter right now. It's crazy. Anyway, the Streamyard link is in the description of the video. Here, I'll do you a solid, because why wouldn't I? And I will put it in the chat as well. If you want to come on here and talk about anything, we could talk about football. We can talk about fireworks accidents. We can talk about Georgia Guidestones. We can talk about bro culture at SpaceX. We really could talk about anything you want. Shout out to, real quick, shout out to Nature Boy for the Cash App. He says, what does he say? He says, the Midday show is top tier, bro.
Do you know what independence looks like, bro? You're staring at it.
Thank you, Nature Boy. You're amazing and fantastic, sir. I appreciate the support. Let's bring some people on the show, shall we? What's up, gentlemen?
Nothing much. How about you?
Nothing much, just doing a show here. Trying to, anyway.
I need it stated publicly for the record that it is a complete coincidence that a monument was blown up and that I bought 40 pounds of a binary.
Hey, you did say on somebody's show, it might have been Lou's show, that you were about to blow up a bunch of tannerite over the weekend. So I'm just saying.
Complete coincidence.
Yeah.
I was nowhere near Georgia. Not even close.
Mm-hmm. Where are you now, sir? If you say you're
miles from Pittsburgh.
Oh, I thought you were about to say somewhere in Georgia. I'd be like, making your getaway, huh?
Yeah.
No, I've long got away.
Seriously though, what would it take to? I mean, the only thing that could blow up granite, I would think, would be dynamite, right?
No, I mean, if you have enough tannerite, I've taken down trees with the stuff.
Yeah, but a tree's not granite.
Okay, granite's not, the hardest thing ever made.
Well, I mean, it's harder than wood, but I see what you're saying. So and that's the reason I'm asking it, because I don't know. You're telling me that you can break up and crumble granite with tannerite if you have enough of it.
Well, I mean, I've spent a lot of years in construction. I've broken granite with a hammer, so.
Yeah. Wishing68 wants to know what's my latest comment on the rumor mill, Clemson leaving the ACC. Look, we talked about it on the ACC show last night for a couple of hours, and we all came to the conclusion that nobody fucking knows what's going on, dude. So, I mean,
I'm so mad I missed the ACC show last night.
Yeah, we were wondering where you were. Where were you?
My AC went out when I got home, and so that was a whole ordeal.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it was.
We all knew that we came to a consensus of where Jordan actually was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where would that be?
The consensus was you were cruising a certain large-breasted flat earthers OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You got me. You
Yeah.
got me. I've been caught red-handed, or well.
Which, let's be honest, might be a more useful use of your time.
Yeah, honestly, the Flat Earthers OnlyFans was way more entertaining than the ACC show was last night. I'm not gonna lie. But no, it was good last night. But you know, again, we a lot of different opinions and everything on what's going to happen. But I can't find a reliable source really to trust in right now. I don't care if they have a blue check mark by their name on Twitter or not. I just don't believe anything anybody says right now.
In gold and blue dude, we trust.
In gold and blue dude, we trust. Yeah.
Indeed. I mean, if you're not getting your information from Gold and Blue Dude, what are you doing?
Facts.
Yeah.
I can't argue it.
He said yesterday, or whatever the video he put out yesterday was, that Notre Dame rejected the Big Ten's offer, and as evidence, he put up on the screen a tweet from somebody, some random person.
Yeah,
that said
I saw that tweet actually.
Yeah. So who's the? I didn't know. I didn't click on the thing. I don't know who the person is that tweeted that, but. I mean, is it anybody that anybody is like going to look for news? Like, how would they know?
Never heard of that guy, but he said I have to check with my source.
Yeah, right.
I was like, all right, you can say whatever you want, as long as you put I have to check with my source. You can get people to believe anything that comes out of your mouth.
Well, I believe something happened a long time. What it might have been. In the 80s or early 90s when what's that sound?
I have no idea.
Sorry, I just got out of my truck.
Oh, damn! It sounds like a friggin' pterodactyl's flying around your head or something. What's going on there?
Steel mill.
Oh, okay. Anyway, back in the I think it was the late 80s, early 90s is when that was the chance for Notre Dame to go to the Big Ten, and something happened with that. I don't remember. Was it the Big Ten didn't allow Notre Dame in, or Notre Dame rejected their offer? I don't remember which one it was. Do you?
I think they claimed that Notre Dame rejected the Big Ten's offer.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's no way the Big Ten would say no if Notre Dame wanted to join.
Yeah, and of course that was a time when Notre Dame had a lucrative deal for the time, and the only one like it. But so it makes sense for them to be independent then, but it really doesn't make sense anymore. Holy hell, Slim.
I'm getting back in my truck. Sorry.
God damn, dude. I'm starting to get scared for you. It sounds like something's going down.
Yeah.
No, there ain't no alarms going off, so it's all right. I mean, besides, what can really happen in a steel mill? I've been in an oil refinery when shit was in there blown up.
That sounds awesome, actually.
It really wasn't, because I was in rather close proximity to 6 billion gallon tanks of regular unleaded.
Oh, well, that's not awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah. Notre Dame, the Big Ten rejected Notre Dame pre-1950. Oh, well, I knew there was something about that. Like, there's like some bad blood between Notre Dame and the Big Ten, which is why they kind of spurned them and, made that deal with the ACC. There's like a lot of hard
What'd
feelings.
they do? Put out some mean tweets or something?
Something like that. something about, anti-Catholicism and whatever. I don't know what the the motivation was behind all that, but
Well, that wasn't very nice.
no, I'd say it wasn't. But
Well, I think one thing we all can agree on, I just got done saying how nobody knows what's going to happen with the conference realignments and everything. I think we can all pretty much agree on it's almost a certainty that Notre Dame will not be independent in the near future.
yeah,
Now, where they go and what that looks like, I have no idea. But I just don't see any way that they remain independent. What about you, Slim?
I don't either.
Yeah.
'Cause that's exactly what I said last night. I think for different reasons. I think they're going to be forced to. They're basically going to be told, whenever the playoffs expand, that unless you join a conference, you're not getting in.
Yeah. Well, that would be one way to do it. But then, they're not the only independent team. I mean, you got BYU. No, BYU's in the Big 12 now, aren't they?
We looked it up on Uncle Lou's show, I think, last week. I think Army is like the last independent left.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, because BYU joined the Big 12, and there might be.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Are we right about that, chat? The chat section is they are experts in college football, believe me. So, is there any other independent teams other than Notre Dame and Army left? I guess we're talking about the FBS, right? I mean, it's got to be an FBS team. Only 2 independents. Okay. So that would force Army to join a conference, which wouldn't be a big deal, honestly. I mean, the Air Force and Navy are both in a conference. I don't know why Army couldn't be. But
Liberty and New Mexico State joined the Conference USA.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, conferences are where it's at, bro. Everyone's doing it. It's the cool thing to do.
Yeah, be a cool kid.
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
Notre Dame holds a lot of the cards. I mean, Clemson obviously does too right now with the ACC, but Notre Dame really is kind of like the biggest piece to this puzzle that could really change things. I mean, they could be the difference between the ACC not existing anymore, or just completely dissolving into a terrible conference, or not. And
you're very right. And the ACC should have taken advantage 2 years ago when they had all the leverage over Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. Yeah, I never liked the deal that they had with the ACC. Now I'm a little bit hypocritical when I say that, because I like the fact that Clemson is playing Notre Dame on a regular basis, and that's mainly because of their affiliation with the ACC. But outside of that, I don't like the way that Notre Dame is just taking full advantage of the ACC, and the ACC's been letting them do it. I guess the only reason I could think is they feel like even if it's not a full member of the conference, it's still good monetarily to have them play ACC teams. It might be good monetarily, but it's certainly not good for the view of the conference, because Notre Dame, outside of Clemson, has been beating up on the ACC.
Yeah.
The whole time that they've had this affiliation.
Well, and Miami.
And, that 1 year.
Well, that was one game.
Yeah.
But
We haven't played that many times. I mean, Clemson's got to play them more than anybody.
Yeah, well, that's true.
who else? I think NC State beat them 1 year too.
Did they?
They were.
I mean,
bad.
their win percentage.
But they were bad.
They play the 5 or 6 games, an average of 5 games a year. It fluctuates, but 5 games a year. Their winning percentage against the ACC teams is like 90%. I mean, they've just destroyed the ACC as a whole. So I don't think that's really good for the brand. But they're sucking the teat of the almighty dollar. I guess they figure we're going to make X amount of millions of dollars from TV. Because we're playing Notre Dame, and it's worth getting our teams embarrassed for it. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I think the majority of their losses in the ACC was that 2016 season when they were 4-8. I think they lost to NC State, Duke. Did Virginia Tech beat them? Yeah. They were bad. They were really bad that year.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, T2Y?
I think it's a much simpler explanation. I think John Swofford probably just had some masochist tendencies and liked the whole perception of getting bent over.
Well, Swafford just never cared about football. You know, he protected his alma mater in the North Carolina schools, and as long as basketball was doing okay, he didn't care about what football decisions he made.
Are you guys hearing the whole rumor about trying to merge the ACC and the Pac-12, and then
yeah.
Well,
what's your thoughts on that?
I don't know how a loose partnership doesn't sound like a merger to me. I don't even know what that means.
Now, my thing is, are they going to actually sign something this time around? Because
doubt it.
you see what
No.
the Big 12, I mean, not the Big 12. You see what the Big 10 did. They all had this meeting when Texas and Oklahoma was supposed to go to the SEC. Everybody meets up and shake hands. Yeah, we're going to, set up some matchup between each other. And now, boom, USC, UCLA get purged, of course. So the Big 10 actually just stabbed them in the back.
Yep.
So
I don't believe anything, man.
this whole
First of all,
meeting and talking and shit and shaking hands and smiling in each other's face, are they going to actually put some pen to ink?
the Pac-12 and the ACC getting together and trying to figure something out is like two retards trying to figure out long division. It's just not going to end well. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Pete, if you add the 2 and remove the 5, then shit, damn.
Yeah.
The math ain't mathing.
Yeah, the math ain't mathing.
Yeah, you add 2 teams and you lose 5 teams, then you pick up some FCS, some group of 5s and shit. God, hell no.
You put your right foot in, you take your right foot out.
I wouldn't even, of all the conferences, the one that I would want the ACC to merge with, the least would be the Pac-12.
Yes.
I mean, first of all, it's on the other side of the country. I don't want every away game to be 3,000 miles away. That's stupid.
And you know what's funny?
And frankly, I think the Pac-12 is worse than the ACC. I don't care what anybody says. I mean,
Well, they are by most. I mean, the ACC gets a lot of crap because they get more national attention than the Pac-12, but the ACC is better by pretty much any metric you look at.
But,
Well, and I've said this for a long time, for Miami being such a terrible and irrelevant team, a whole lot of people surely talk about them a lot.
I mean, let's just get down to it. How many teams in the ACC are actually appeasable to any other conference? I mean, brand wise,
I'd say at least half of the teams in the ACC are big brands.
football wise.
Yeah, even then, I mean, well, let's name them then, right? So
Clemson, Miami, Florida State.
Clemson, Miami, Florida State are the obvious ones. Virginia Tech is definitely an obvious one. That's 4. I honestly think you could probably add Pitt into that.
Pitt, I bet.
That's 5.
Honestly, I think North Carolina, their football history isn't desirable, isn't like great, but I think they're a brand nonetheless, and they're desirable.
Yeah, I think Duke and North Carolina both fall under being a desirable brand.
They do for basketball.
North Carolina, you could flip a coin and scratch your ass on them.
And honestly, I know we all like to make fun of Georgia Tech because they're fucking terrible right now, but Georgia Tech they still have a brand and they still have a history of being good in football. So, I mean,
If you want to go that route, so does Syracuse.
Well, there you go.
No,
I mean,
I'm not equating Georgia Tech's football.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech has significant college football history. They've had some Hall of Fame coaches. They have national championships in my lifetime, which is, I don't know. When's the last time Syracuse won a natty?
I'd have to look it up.
I think they claim one.
They claim it was pre 1980. It had to be, right?
It was.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't any time.
Well, all of Pitt's national titles are pre-1980.
That's true.
I mean, you look at Michigan. I mean,
1959 is their one.
Michigan is the winningest program in the history of football, right? The most wins, but if you look at the past 50 years, it's been abysmal for them, really.
Well, that's
only one title.
That's a great question. What was their last title?
Who, Michigan?
Michigan
97?
and no,
97.
that was first of all that was a shared title.
Well, it's still a title. I mean,
I don't know if I consider shared titles. I mean, that's another debate we can have, but
it's a shared title. Yeah.
Well, you've only had one shared title since '98, and that was '03.
Yeah.
It used to be a whole lot
Wasn't
more
that
common.
USC and LSU. Yeah.
Yeah, that was USC, and I honestly think if those two had played, USC would have skull drug LSU.
You might be right.
Wait, what year was
That was just a damn good team.
What year was that Georgia Tech shared title?
90.
Yeah.
90. Oh, okay.
Because that was the year of one loss. Miami didn't get it because everybody thought they were mean and didn't deserve it.
Okay, but let's say Michigan. Let's give them the '97 title. Let's recognize it as a title, as a legit title. Before that, when was the last one? 1950 something.
1948.
1948.
Oh God.
Well, I mean, there are people that consider there are people that consider West Virginia a brand, and they've never won a national title.
Right. They've won the most games of any program that hasn't won a national title.
Yeah, because I think they're like 15th or 17th all time.
Yeah, all time. Yeah.
I think West
Wow, that's a pretty depressing stat if you're a West Virginia fan. Yeah, we won the most games without winning a title.
Yeah, I think West Virginia was the USC and UCLA of the Big 12. So I mean, seeing teams going all the way across country is not even that perplexed no more.
It really isn't. I don't see a problem with cross country road games.
I don't have a problem with one cross country road game, but 6 of them.
Now, my question is, when the Big Ten, when those teams do travel over to USC and UCLA, are they going to kind of make it like a back-to-back thing? So, you know, if you play this one this week, you play the other one next week, so you don't have to necessarily come home.
See, that's the other problem. These kids are in school. Of course, they have to come home. I mean, they have class.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why you only do you said 6 cross country games a year. Okay, you narrow it down. You only do 3 a year, and you break it up between 2 years.
This is the most terrible discussion I've ever had. The idea that the ACC would merge with the Pac-12 it's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, I don't believe. I think the deal is, I don't think I think that whole rumor is, I don't think the ACC and Pac-12 teams would play each other, but the winners of each league would play each other.
Okay.
A championship in Vegas. Or
Can you just
oh my God! You talking about?
So wait a minute. So we're right back to divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we just never played the other division until
just imagine Clemson losing to Arizona.
Lord have mercy. I'm not going to imagine that, because that wouldn't happen in a million years.
I think it's hilarious. The conversation has come full circle, and we're back to divisions.
Just imagine Miami losing to Oregon with Mario Cristobal at the helm at Miami.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Oh, Dan Lanning going and stuffing Mario Cristobal with a locker. That'd be funny.
I would never freaking hear the end of Uncle Lou and this duck shit.
Hey, you admitted you used to think it was a duck. So
of course I thought.
I mean, the damn thing looks like a duck. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
I mean, once again, if you think it looks like a duck, you don't know the difference between an alligator and a crocodile.
I do. Crocodiles aren't native to North America. They live in Africa and Australia.
Well, there's also physical differences.
There's physical. I can tell if you put an alligator and a crocodile in front of me, I'll tell you which is which. I mean, their snout looks different.
And the bill looks different on the Miami and Oregon mascot.
But it doesn't look like an ibis bill, though.
Yeah.
And all I can tell you, if you put that crocodile and the alligator in front of Peete, just don't put it in front of me.
And the thing is, the first Sebastian costume looked like an ibis. It had the bill. I don't know why they changed it.
There you go. It did.
They did all the way up till it was the late 80s or early 90s when they changed it.
Yeah, imagine your kid walking up to that shit.
I don't really think there's any defending the fact that the mascot looks like a duck.
Have you seen that mascot before, or what it looks like now? That shit looks scary.
I can see that the bill comes to a point, so it doesn't look like a duck to me.
That shit looks scary as hell. Shoot,
Slim is gonna. You know what, Slim? I respect the hustle, bro. You're gonna take it to your grave that you think that mascot doesn't look like a duck, but everybody else on the planet thinks it does. Even Miami fans.
I will freely admit that they need to fix that cross-eyed bastard a little bit.
Well, you could be worse. Clemson's mascot might be the worst of all of them.
Yeah.
He looks like he's fucking on meth, man.
Yeah. Like he was, I'll never forget, like my freshman year.
Scary to kids.
Yeah, he was outside of Cooper, or like the library.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen it, but the bridge in front of the library, and like he was like standing out there like handing out flyers for something, and I was trying to walk past him, and he gets in front of me, like it stares me directly in the eye and tries to give me like a high 10, and I had no choice. I felt like threatened, so I felt like I had to do it.
I would have just ghosted him, bro.
That was traumatizing, man.
Clemson mascot looked like Tony the Tiger on crack.
All right,
Yeah.
Y'all give me a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Be careful.
That mascot looked like he had a horrible life.
Yeah, no, he's been through some rough times. I mean, and Clemson is so uncreative. We didn't even give him a name.
It's just a tiger.
Yeah. I mean,
and then
some kids call him like 8-ball or something, whatever it is.
The female one, the shorter one's just half.
Yeah.
Like literally a half, like 1/2.
Yeah. It's so silly. We should have done. We could have done better, and it doesn't help the image.
Well, you're stuck with him now.
I would have named him Tony the Tiger, but that's just me.
That would work.
Because Tony the Tiger was actually cool. He might be one of the coolest tigers ever.
That would probably,
of course,
lead to some copyright.
LSU's got Mike the Tiger.
Yeah.
Which is a real tiger.
Yeah.
And they try to tell me that it's Mike the Tiger has a great life, locked up in fucking Louisiana in a cage. He's got a great life though.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
Well, I could tell you a better life for a tiger would be in the jungle. I'm just saying, but that's just me.
Yeah, well, yeah. Wildcats are wildcats for a reason.
That's like when you lock people in prison and go, oh, but it's a really nice prison. They get to watch TV,
Speaking of tiger,
they get to make phone calls.
I seen a video on Twitter the other day of a tiger actually snatching a dog.
Yeah. Where was that? It was probably in India or China. That's where most of those tiger snatching videos come from, India or China.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm thankful every day that I live in a country where I don't have to worry about a fucking tiger snatching me when I'm walking down the street.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right, West Virginia is currently at 17 in recruiting, 18 commits, 17 3-stars. Woo! 17 3-stars and 1 4-star.
Wait, what are you? What's the beef with West Virginia now?
I'm just laughing at West Virginia because we were talking about how they had the most wins without a national championship.
Oh. The Golden Blue dude, if you're watching, I'm not a part of this.
I mean, look, man, it's just a fact. They got 17 3-stars and 1 4-star. That's their recruiting class. But they got 18 commits, which if we assume that they all signed, they only have room for another probably 6 or 7 commits at the most.
You know who fault that is?
Who?
Jamil Adai.
Why?
Because Golden Blue dude like to blame him for everything. Everywhere this guy go, he left West Virginia. He takes his best guys to Georgia. He leaves Georgia and goes to Miami and takes our best guy from here and bring him to Miami. West Virginia fans hate him.
To put this in perspective, LSU, which is ranked one spot ahead of them at the moment at 16, has 7 less commits than they do, and they're still ahead of them.
Yeah.
Man,
their
oh man.
I think their average is the worst in the top 25. Hold on, scroll. Is 86.92? I don't see one worse.
Here's a
deal. Oregon, 84.
Oh.
184.
Here's the deal with with Golden Blue dude. Like months ago, he was talking about all this.
Oh no, you're talking about the average. Okay.
Conference realignment, and now all of a sudden it's happening. So right now, Golden Blue dude is looking like a motherfucking genius.
Hold on now. I must have missed the first part. How is Golden Blue dude looking like a genius?
He was the only one I knew was talking about all this conference realignment shit. Because I used to see him pop up like 20 videos a day about this conference alignment shit. And now it's all coming to tuition. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if he was the only one talking about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, ever since Texas and Oklahoma said they were going to the SEC, it's been a pretty prominent point. But I'll admit, I didn't see it happening the way it's happened. I never, for a million years, would have thought that USC and UCLA would join the Big Ten. Never.
Yeah. And
that changed everything, man. I mean, it just changes everything. And with what's going on with Notre Dame right now, there's 3 different conferences that feel like they have a legit chance to add Notre Dame to their conference. That's the ACC, the Big Ten, and some are even saying the Big 12, which I don't really I don't really understand that. I don't really know if that move's going to happen. Well, first of all, I don't think Notre Dame wants to go to the Big 12, but I don't know why. That doesn't seem like a good fit for me.
I just can't wait for the day they say Miami is in the SEC, so we can kick Georgia teeth in.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
There's two teams in my. Well, there's more than two teams, but there's a handful of teams in my estimation that where they decide to go, if they get offers from different conferences, will affect every other team. So those teams would let's name them. All right. So Notre Dame is at the top of the list. I think Clemson is also one of them. I think Oregon's one of them. Who else?
Hold on. Repeat that.
I'm doing a list of teams here that, if they leave their conference to go to another conference, would affect the rest of the country greatly. I mean, it honestly could affect whether.
If UNC left the ACC, that would be.
We wouldn't miss them.
Ginormous.
Well, it would be.
You say that, but that would be a tremendous blow to the conference. And
reports. I'm using that word loosely. Reports are that the Big Ten is interested in them for obvious reasons. Their brand and their basketball prowess.
Yeah.
Felicia.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think North Carolina leaving the ACC would be a big time. I mean, the ACC's on life support right now. I mean, that would be a devastating blow for the conference.
I mean, at the end of the day, if Miami, Clemson, and Florida State were to go over to the SEC, none of it matters anyway. We could be like, fuck wherever North Carolina and the rest of them go.
But as far as the rest of the ACC is concerned, like UNC is arguably the premier university in the entire conference. We're not just looking at football, but just as a university and as a brand, it's probably the premier university in the conference. And if it leaves, that's pretty much.
Hey, Pete, want to hear something scary?
What? South Gamecock related?
You see that graphic that you got up on the screen now, where it says 2023 player ranking?
Yeah.
Those three guys that you see your school is missing. You couldn't see the U beside all of them.
What?
I don't know.
Players on the side
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just don't understand what you're saying. So we got Arch Manning. What are you saying?
On there that does not have a school destination. All three of those kids could possibly be Miami.
Yeah, all three of those kids could possibly be in a lot of places, though.
Yeah, I'm talking about top 10 kids in the country now.
Yeah.
All of those kids could possibly be going to the same place, which is a university.
Possibly they could. Look, man, we were talking about this last night on the ACC show. I mean, Mario Cristobal right now is hitting out of the park. I mean, we haven't seen him coach a game in Miami, but recruiting wise, he's on his. I mean, he's doing good. So,
where does it start though?
It starts with recruiting.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Luke Walker's in the back.
He is.
Yeah.
What's up, Luke?
What's up?
You must have heard me say that North Carolina kick rocks wouldn't care.
Yeah, obviously you would be happy about it because we've been beating your ass for the past 3 years.
Yeah, then you just fall off the map like the rest of these schools that's never won shit.
Okay.
Let's just be real. Anywhere North Carolina go, they're just going to become a punching bag. Unless we're talking about basketball.
I mean, he's Luke, whether you like it or not, he's got a point. You don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to football.
Yeah, but conferences.
At least we're going to leave the ACC with the ACC championship. That's all.
No.
If you go up to the Big Ten, you're just going to become Ohio State's bottom bitch. And if you go to the SEC, you're just going to become Alabama and everybody else's bottom bitch. So anywhere you go, you're going to be somebody's bitch.
Well, Miami's ours, so what does that make you?
Oh, man.
Now, I'll give credit where credit's due. I disagreed with T2 earlier. I do think North Carolina's a basketball powerhouse, and it's definitely.
Of course they are.
But we're talking about football in general, and North Carolina doesn't have a leg to stand on.
But stop it! But look, man, this is a football show and everything. But the reason the reason that the Big Ten wants North Carolina to begin with has nothing to do with football.
Exactly.
They're trying to get as much money as possible, and like it or not, we bring money.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm not debating that point whatsoever.
But at the end of the day, how many people are going to line up to watch 30 freaking basketball games?
A lot of people do.
People watch basketball.
Yeah, we're just not one of them.
North Carolina played in the 3 highest-rated basketball games, NBA or not, in the world this year.
And am I seeing things correctly? Didn't Duke just pick up the number 1, 2, and 3 top players in the country?
No, they didn't. You saw something wrong. Which class you talking about? Because Carolina has the number 1 player in the 23 class.
Some school, I'm not sure if it's North Carolina or Duke.
Is he going to decommit?
One of them just picked
He's
up
not decommitting, Jordan. That was a rumor
and
started by a Gamecock, a jealous Gamecock.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Gamecock rumors, lies and slander, misinformation.
Well, Gamecocks are the kings of rumors and misinformation.
Honestly, if you reclassed and went to South Carolina, I want to play South Carolina so bad because we beat them by 60.
They're horrible. They lost to us last year. So,
yeah.
Enough said.
It is funny, though, watching T2Y try to talk shit about North Carolina football when they own you, sir. I mean,
no, they don't. Technically, they don't.
Technically, they don't.
We have a winning record against you all time.
No,
We're such
no,
a terrible
you don't.
basketball
We're 500 all time.
No, we're above you. It's 13-12, I think.
What's the record since Miami's been in the ACC?
Let me go look this up.
I'm looking it up right now. I know Carolina's above 500.
Make sure this is factual, because you can't believe people from North Carolina.
Hell, may not be.
Hey, hold on a second. I'm not going to
12-11, North Carolina.
Yeah, 12-11. UNC's on a 3-game win streak.
I knew that.
Miami joined the ACC in 2004.
Yep.
Won.
Oh yeah,
Well, I've said
they do have a win over us, Slim.
I've said on multiple occasions
UNC
that since Miami's joined.
I'm looking at the win span.
Wikipedia, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I've said on multiple occasions that since Miami's joined the ACC, North Carolina's been the thorn in their side.
I mean, other than the head-to-head, we're better than them in everything, except for a conference championship and win all time. But they've been
except for the 2 biggest stats.
Yeah, what kind of program doesn't have more wins all time than North Carolina?
And I'm looking at
a program that's been around 70 years longer than Miami. You have to figure. The University of Miami wasn't even established until 1929.
Now, for North Carolina, I'm looking at the most important component on this list, which is national championship. Miami 5, North Carolina goose egg.
Goose egg.
I'm sorry, duck egg, since we'd like to be called ducks. Heisman Trophy winners from North Carolina, 0. 2 for Miami.
Well, I can't talk about Heisman trophies.
Week set number
Actually,
1.
T2Y, I'm a Yale fan now, so we have 17 national championships.
Week set number 1 on the AP poll, Miami 68. Wow, you guys only been number 1 time.
Hey, I can't get into that. I mean, I would have thought that Alabama had more Heisman Trophy winners than they did. I got that trivia question
That's
wrong.
a great question. Somebody in the chat figured it out. What year was North Carolina ranked number 1 in the country?
Probably 1994.
When Mac Brown was there.
Yeah, when Mac Brown was here the first time.
Definitely.
We were definitely top 5 for a long time that one year. We had Jeff Saturday and all those guys.
Hey, Uncle Lou, what are you doing here? Why aren't you at work?
Well, I don't know anything about North Carolina, but I do know that South Carolina was in the ACC for 18 years. Did you know that?
Yes.
And they won 1 ACC title. Miami's been in the ACC for 18 years, too.
Well, not yet. This is our 18th season.
Yeah.
But if we win it this year, we'll be right there with South Carolina.
Be
this is our 18th season.
South Carolina's a better program, confirmed.
Yeah.
But like I stated last night, Miami has more conference titles than the Gators. That's all that matters to me.
Well, Miami could hope for a draft situation where all the able-bodied football players get sent to war. Maybe you can win an ACC championship then.
Yeah.
Also, Golden Blue Dude posts clickbait videos and makes outrageous claims.
No. Say it ain't
What?
so.
Stop it.
How
Yeah,
dare you?
it's
How
true.
dare you talk about the great golden blue dude like that? His videos are 1,000%.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
Golden Blue Dude is clickbait king, man, and God bless him. It works.
Hey, you know what? Y'all are going to keep talking shit about Golden Blue Dude, and he's going to hold the Slav Olympics trophy hostage.
I'm not even talking shit about him. I'm just stating a fact.
He's going to be right one of these days.
Golden blue dude is a college football god.
Well, you know what they say. You throw enough shit against the wall, something's bound to stick.
Well,
Broken
and it's not
clock's right
talking
twice a
shit
day.
when he admits that's what he does.
Yeah, and by the way, according to Golden Blue Dude, he's got thick skin. Check. He'll be all right.
Yep.
He'll be all right.
Forgot.
So you're telling me Notre Dame and
You
West Virginia
forgot
aren't
the
joining the
Pepsi.
ACC?
How dare you forget the Pepsi?
The best part of Traxon Jackson's impression of Golden Blue Dude is when he goes, Pepsi, check, but he holds up a Coke.
Oh man.
You know what? I was thinking, I wonder if that Dennis is Joey Foster's troll account.
No, because
I'm
Joey
just
Foster
messing.
wouldn't care.
I know, I'm just messing.
And neither would Golden Blue Dude. I mean,
know.
this is anything that we all haven't talked to him about 1,000 times and laughed about.
Yeah.
I don't know what this Denise person's deal is. Troll account, probably.
I'm putting money on. I'm putting money on Georgia losing 2 games and South Carolina winning the East.
I want to see Georgia versus Miami if we move to the SEC. I want to see Mark Rick's which team he's going to root for.
Well, he lives in Athens, so probably Georgia.
He went to Miami, coached.
I don't think he cares. He's sitting pretty on a beach somewhere.
Well, he's not well though. He's got Parkinson's.
He's not. Yeah.
So that's sad.
I still would like to see who he would root for.
I don't think he would care who won. Honestly.
He would
Miami
hold.
fans only want to play Georgia because of Uncle Lou. That's it.
Right.
No, I think Uncle Lou can back this up. Mark Rick would have a press conference after Georgia and Miami played and talk about how great both teams were.
Yeah.
And whichever coach lost would get a giant hug.
Nah, we'll just tell him save that hug shit for Ryan Day.
Has anyone ever done their team worse than what Steve Spurrier did to South Carolina? It's pitiful.
Funniest thing of all.
First of all, I mean, he's the most successful coach in their history, right? He won
He's
had
responsible for the only bit of relevance they've had
exactly,
in
yeah,
the last 20 years.
for a 4 or 5 year period. But they still didn't even win the conference, and they still never won a New Year's Six bowl game. So you take that for what it's worth. But as soon as he left South Carolina, not only did he go right back to Florida, which is what he really is a Florida man, but he spent the next 2 years praising Clemson and not saying a goddamn thing about the Gamecocks.
And really, he quit South Carolina 3 years before he officially quit. He stopped recruiting.
Well,
he wasn't even going to recruits' houses.
He mentally checked out. Yeah.
Yeah, he stopped after about 2013. He was done. Jadeveon Clowney was the epitome of that. Clowney didn't give a damn that last year. And
Yeah, the last couple of years he was there, he met recruits when they came on visits, but he didn't go on recruiting trips.
Right. And they went in the toilet.
Yeah, he started going off the rails. You could tell he just gave up on the program. You remember that after that practice where he was like, man, our kicker fucking sucks. He can't hit the broadside of a barn. Steve Spurrier is a fucking...
A lot of people said the same thing about Bobby Bowden there towards the end. He couldn't even remember recruits' names.
Well, but Spurrier is a little more. Spurrier just didn't care. Bowden was legitimately he was old. I mean,
Bowden was just getting old. Spurrier just turned off his give a damn.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that Bowden son that was coaching Clemson? Where is he at now?
Tommy Bowden, he retired after he left Clemson.
Yeah, he retired.
Yeah.
He's on the ACC network, I think, now.
Yeah.
Is he?
He always was. I mean, isn't he? Or maybe it's not the ACC network. Maybe it's another network. But during the football season, he's an analyst or he does a show with somebody. I don't even know what it is.
I don't remember. But I remember he came back to Clemson. He was there for the Wake Forest game? I think they honored him or something.
I never really had an issue with Tom. I just didn't like. I mean, I thought the team should have been better with the recruiting that they had under him than they were. But I never, I don't hate the guy or anything. I mean,
he did a lot for the. He brought us out of the Tommy West.
Tommy West, that was the dark days.
Here's since we got Lou on here, here's a question. The whole Kirby Smart might be going to Alabama after
what? No, hey, bro. Hey.
Mario Cristobal went to Alabama before Kirby Smart did.
What's your thoughts on that, Lou? Because I've heard the Mario Cristobal thing, and I'm like, that shit's stupid. But I'm hearing it from Kirby Smart too. So what's the Georgia fan thoughts on that?
No, there's a better chance of Dabo going to Alabama than Kirby, and Dabo ain't going to Alabama.
There you go.
Dabo at least played at Bama. Kirby was born in Georgia, raised in Georgia. His first coaching job was at Georgia. Now he's the head coach of Georgia. He's not going to Bama.
What, T2Y, why would you, where are you even coming up with that? Why would you even say that?
No, I'm not making that up. I'm seeing.
Yeah, you are.
Is Kirby still the all-time leader in interceptions?
It's on Twitter. They're actually.
It's on Twitter. It's on Twitter. It must be true.
Now, if Saban would have retired in 2014 or something, or 15, maybe Bama would have promoted Kirby. But I can't see Kirby leaving Georgia to go anywhere unless he somehow decides he wants to try the NFL.
Yeah, you know those
he
guys.
gets that Lincoln Riley bag.
You know those guys on Twitter with the blue check like to throw out their freaking theories and run with it.
Yeah, listen, if Alabama really wanted Kirby Smart and they threw a bunch of money at him, Georgia could match it. So he's not going anywhere.
I'll believe Kirby's going to Bama as soon as I see Golden Blue Man make a video that tells me that.
the way I see it, I think that Saban is going to name his successor, like Coach K did.
You think so? Maybe.
Alabama's going to pull the Carolina and Duke basketball and hire from within.
Yeah, just hire from within. I think Saban
damn it, Lou, you just made Golden Blue Dude's new video. Kirby Smart to Alabama.
I believe you'll see one of the former Saban assistants return. Not Kirby Smart though, but maybe a Lane Kiffin, maybe a Steve Sarkisian.
There was Billy Napier.
Billy Napier.
Yep.
Oh dear God, no.
No, he's going to be back in a group of 5 in 3 years.
Hey, what about this? T2Y? How about Mario Cristobal to Alabama?
We're not even going to say
Oh yeah, but you're talking about the Kirby Smart leaving Georgia. I mean, it's the same situation.
The Dabo thing's been thrown out there for years now.
Just because he played for Alabama, it's not. There's no real smoke.
Mario Cristobal would have been my pick for Alabama until he got the Miami. Until he got the Miami job.
Oh, well, look. Let's not beat around the bush here. What's a better job, Alabama or Miami?
Well, Alabama's the best job on earth.
All right. Well, there you go.
It won't be in a couple of years.
Oh, yeah, because Miami's going to be the best job on the planet in a couple of years, right?
With the way things are going now, with the whole NIL and all that crap, conference realignment, Alabama won't be shit in the next couple of years.
Alabama's
They'll still be a good team. Don't get that wrong. They'll still be a good team, but
I don't know. As long as Saban's there.
Is any team but Miami going to be good in 5 years?
Oh, of course. We'll still have good teams out there except for North Carolina.
I guess we'll still be beating
sure,
too.
I'm 100% sure Georgia will still be good. Clemson will still be good. Alabama will still be good. And shit.
You just said Alabama's not going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm talking about locational wise. Nobody will actually want to go to Alabama as much as they do now.
People have been Alabama changing locations or something.
Yeah. People.
I mean,
people are going to Alabama.
Look at it from a city standpoint. If I could go to Miami while I'm in college, make millions of dollars, or go to Alabama and not really got that many opportunities for NIL, then where the hell you think most of these kids are going to go in?
Why are you saying that there's no opportunities for NIL at Alabama? Didn't Bryce Young get like a fucking $3 million NIL deal?
How many opportunities would you have in Alabama versus a city like Miami?
I mean, I'm not.
So you probably have more in Alabama.
Hell no.
The only thing Alabama cares about is Alabama football.
Yeah, but me and Uncle Lou have both made this point. There's a whole lot more businesses to invest in the state of Florida, period. No major business has their headquarters in Alabama.
Thank you.
That is true, but there's ways around that. Believe me, Nick Saban is friends with some very rich, powerful people. So
I have no doubt of that.
So
I mean, he can. I brought up before. What's stopping him, as far as the rules go, from sponsoring players with his own dealership?
It doesn't even have to be in Alabama. It doesn't have to be a business based in Alabama. It could be a national brand. It could be anybody, really.
I don't think Dr. Pepper is based in Clemson, South Carolina.
No.
But DJ got a deal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dr. Pepper is based in Texas.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
The ukulele has a Dr. Pepper deal and was in a commercial.
If I was a ukulele maker, some business that made ukuleles, I would sponsor him.
Yeah, I know
That's a
Dr.
smart
Pepper
move.
I know Dr. Pepper very well. I actually work for them.
That does seem like an opportunity missed.
It does.
Yeah.
Maybe
Although the jokes would be
for an NIL deal.
I wonder how DJ feels about being called the ukulele. What do you think? Because he hears it.
He's probably been hearing that all his life, even before he was.
You think so?
Yeah,
Maybe.
He's had his last name all his life.
I mean,
People substitute teach for his teachers.
Let's change it from the ukulele to the DJ 3-star.
What?
What? He doesn't live up to a 5-star.
No.
T2, why you one of the worst trash talkers I've ever come across, dude?
I mean, for real, he is not. I wouldn't consider that guy a 5-star. You guys call Archie Manning overrated? That kid is overrated.
No, well, first of all, nobody's seen Archie Manning play at college football games, so I don't even know what you're talking about as far as that goes.
The whole damn country is
we've
calling
already
him
seen
overrated.
Archie.
Yeah, we've already seen Archie Manning play.
Have you seen all those schools that he played at that damn private school? Let's just be real. He's
I do.
listed the way he's listed because of the family.
Have you seen the players that have come out of that high school?
I'll agree with T2I to a point because he didn't attend camps or anything like that. So a lot of his hype is strictly coming from his name.
Thank you.
Well, he's not allowed to.
The schools that they play against
his family
is mediocre as fuck.
His family owns a competing camp. They don't let him go.
If you look at the school that he attends plays, you'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, in the same place Peyton and Eli went.
I never understood this, and I get it. Like, you can't if you don't put them against real competition, then how can you really evaluate them? Well, the same way you evaluate anybody. I mean, I use this comparison all the time when talking about like the ACC and Clemson. Because of course the ACC sucks. That's the reason Clemson looks so good. That's all I've ever heard. For the past 10 years. If you put Mike Tyson in a ring full of old ladies and he starts knocking all of them out, does that make Mike Tyson any less of a good fighter because he's beating up old ladies? No, it doesn't.
Well, see, I made this exact same argument about that no-star recruit out of Ohio that passed for 6,000 yards and rushed for another 1,500. And Jordan Bowman, I will quote, said, well, he didn't play any real competition. That's why he's not rated.
That's not what I said. I said he hasn't gone to camps. I'm not justifying. I'm not saying he's not. And first of all, I wasn't saying he wasn't any good. I'm just explaining why he doesn't have any rating. Because that's how the recruiting industry works. They like to put eyes on you. And
what's that other kid that transferred from Ohio State down to Texas?
What, Quinn Ewers?
Quinn Ewers.
Okay, so do you think that Manning's going to actually go in there and beat him out?
Probably
No.
not.
Well, first of all, both Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning had perfect ratings in the 24/7 Sports composite. So I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, what if Arch doesn't beat Quinn Ewers out? That doesn't tell us anything. Quinn Ewers.
I believe that either one of them, whoever doesn't get the starting spot, let's just say, let's say Manning get the spot. I think the other kid's bouncing.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's going to be a completely unfair comparison because Quinn Ewers, at the very least, is going to start some games this year, and Arch Manning's going to come
be in
in
his
next
third
year.
year of college.
Quinn Ewers is going to be the starter. Quinn Ewers is the starter for Texas. I mean, it's so.
Well, I've heard some debate on that, but that's why I said at the very least he's going to start some games this year.
No, I feel pretty. I don't.
There's no way they brought him in not to start.
Real quick, thank you to Sir UGA for the Cash App. He says that ukulele won't watch Clemson. And Brandon Pratt with the Super Chat says, evaluate Arch in the state championship game. I didn't see that.
Did Arch even play in the state championship? Because I thought they got blown out in the playoff. But
I have no idea. I don't really follow high school football, so I don't know.
But
I don't either.
Like, people talk about, like, I get the competition Arch plays against isn't any good, but his team isn't very good either. You look at his teammates. He has like one tight end that's any good. He just that Texas picked up.
One receiver he had that was really good. Leave. I don't remember his name.
I think so. There's like one or two good players that he plays.
Again, you can look at a player play and tell if he's got talent or not. I don't care who they're playing against. I mean, you can just tell.
Right. I mean, he
I'm
looks.
pretty sure I can find where Trevor Lawrence had a bad game in high school.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not at
He's
all
been
saying
raised to be a quarterback
Arch
his
is
whole
bad. I'm not at all saying Arch is bad. All I'm saying is some of the hype around him, guaranteed, is coming from his last name.
I mean, if you want to talk about high school accolades, Cade Klubnik, the freshman at Clemson, played at Westlake, which is one of the toughest high school football conferences or divisions, whatever you call it. I don't even know what the fuck you call them in high school. But went undefeated 3 years as a starter, undefeated 3 years in a row, three straight Texas State championships. I mean, even Trevor Lawrence lost a football game.
He didn't. Trevor Lawrence lost the state. I think he lost the state championship or the semis like his senior year. I can't remember who beat.
Yeah, in high school they call them districts.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is Jerry Rice the greatest receiver ever in the NFL?
Accolades wise.
Accolades wise.
I would say accolades wise, yes. Probably, I would say Randy Moss might be though.
I think Randy Moss is the most talented wide receiver.
Jerry Rice's son's been in college for 3 years and nobody knows where.
Right.
Isn't it Jackson State or wherever the Dion's at?
No, he was at Colorado. He was at Colorado and he just transferred to Southern Cal.
No, of course.
Well,
but he
Ray
has the
Lewis's
famous last name too.
Ray Lewis's son ended up on Miami's roster and had no business being there because he was terrible.
I mean, Michael Irvin's son was on the roster and he got.
Now he worked.
Am I still live right now? I know y'all hear me, but am I live on YouTube? Something happened.
Yeah, you're still live.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still live.
Yeah, you're still on there.
All right.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Everything just froze up on me. All right, as you were.
Yeah, your internet probably just had a lot.
No, it's not. It's not my internet. So anyway, go ahead.
I mean, there's a laundry list of legacy players, and so far the Mannings have really been the only exception, minus a couple others where, you know, Daddy was a good player and then sons grow up to be a good player too. I mean, you see it all the time. They don't live up to that name.
And I think it's more because I mean, I know the Jerry Rice example is I mean, it's valid, but the Manning family, they're like the first family of football, pretty much. Like,
is there any case where the son was actually better than the father?
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of cases where the father was all right and the son was legendary.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm sure we could find examples of it.
Manning was better than Archie.
Yeah.
Like Brian Dawkins for Clemson, his son played for Clemson and was basically he was a preferred walk-on. You know, yeah, I don't know what's.
Now, actually, I was told this year we would find out because I was told by a Southern Miss fan that Frank Gore's kid was going to rush for 200 yards on us.
I don't see that happening. But Frank Gore Jr. is really good.
Yeah, Sippy's a funny guy.
He is a trip. I like him.
Frank Gore Jr. is.
You know what's funny though, Slim? I seen a picture of him on Twitter with his dad. You know what? His dad has on a great ass Miami Hurricane hat. And I'm like, wow, how the fuck did you become a Sippy fan when your dad is such a great guy?
Yeah, well, I think Frank Gore, Junior, I think he had to play Wildcat quarterback at times last year because I think like everybody.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were a dumpster fire.
Yeah, but he was good. He's really good. So,
wait, who's the dumpster fire?
Southern Miss.
Oh damn.
Miami's second best non-conference opponent.
Yep.
Who's North Carolina non-conference opponents?
App State, Notre Dame, that's Georgia State, and
Florida
A&M.
Oh shit, Florida A&M. Oh shit.
Yeah, FAMU, Rattlers.
Oh shit, let's go, fam. Whoop that ass.
FAMU.
Rashawn McKay not doing nothing on Carolina.
Shoot, let's go. Appalachian State upset.
Well,
that's week 0 game.
That could actually happen. The App State.
They don't have the offense to do it. If they had a good offense, I'd be nervous.
Did you just slander Chase Bryce, Cameron Peoples?
I thought you were talking about Florida A&M.
Oh, no, I was talking about App State. I was like, I'm not going to take any Chase Bryce slander.
All right, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm getting pissed off right now. Not at any of you. Whatever's going on over here is pissing me off, so I'm ending the show. So thank all of you for coming. You're all amazing and fantastic. Have a great day. Your boy's checking out. This shit, I can't take it. It's buffering in and out. I can't hear the conversation. And that's that. So thank all the people that showed up today. You're all amazing and fantastic. I will see you tonight at 10 p.m. for the call-in show, and hopefully this shit gets resolved because otherwise it'll be a very short show. Have a good day.